Season 3, episode 9. I almost said that backwards. I am Nick, your host of the Fanatic Brackets. With me, as always, is my co-host Joel.
Yo.
Today, for this episode, our guest we're joined by none other than Mandy Nicole. Mandy, how are you? How's everything?
Good. How are you guys? I'm glad to be on.
We're doing good. We can't complain. Excited for this topic. Glad to have you on. Glad to do this topic with you. I know you had chosen the topic of the best nicknames in WWE. We have the bracket right in front of us. Interesting topic that we have not done before. It's very unique, as we were discussing before. Was there a reason specific for picking this specific topic? Because nicknames is something I didn't even think of.
I just wanted to do something totally different. Like I saw, you guys had like, best female, best heel, like all of these topics. And I was like, I want to do something totally different. So I was like, you know what? I started with like slogans, like best slogans. And then I was like really struggling to come up with a lot because a lot of the slogans aren't really like, they're either not star specific or they're like also finishing moves or their nicknames or whatever. So then that kind of led me to like the nicknames. I was like, yeah, let's do nicknames. There's a ton of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is why we ask people to do the topics themselves, because people had to some of the guests, we try to tell them like think outside the box a little bit, like go deep and just think about something that we have not done before. So it's glad we chose this topic. It's very interesting.
I wasn't expecting this when Nick sent it to me. I was like, this is awesome. Okay.
Yeah, this is creative, and I'm glad you chose this one. Can't wait to talk about it. But before we do, for the listeners who have not seen an episode of Fanatic Brackets in the past, the rules are as follows. We will be going matchup by matchup, giving our thoughts and reasonings on which nickname is better than the other. Whichever participant or nickname gets more votes, either 2 or 3 between 3 of us, obviously, we'll move on to the next round, so on and so forth until we hit the finals. This is an opinion-based show. There's no right or wrong answers. Whatever we personally feel is better between the 2 nicknames. So there isn't a specific way we're looking at it. It's a nickname-based, so a personal preference on which nickname is better. Now into the bracket, Mandy, because you are our guest, we're gonna start off with you first with the first matchup. We have Stone Cold Steve Austin's the Texas Rattlesnake nickname going up against Charlotte Flair's the Queen nickname. In your opinion, Mandy, which nickname is better?
I cannot deny the star power of Charlotte Flair and the Queen, but I have to go Stone Cold here. It's just such a legendary one. Like when you say the Texas Rattlesnake, like people know instantly who you're talking about. So it's definitely Stone Cold for me here.
Joel, do you agree with her, or are you going with the Queen? Charlotte Flair.
It's Texas Rattlesnake. Like it was just one of those nicknames that, like Mandy said, you hear it and you know exactly who they're talking about. And like someone that never came out with a snake or something has a lot of snakes in their Titantrons. That so it's crazy that like a nickname just became something more than what it was.
I was gonna bring that up because like they talk about him being a snake, but like what? Why? Like I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what I think. I agree. Yeah, it just fits, and I agree with both of you. This is gonna be a clean sweep, but it's just it fits him so well. But for me personally, I don't remember why this was given to him as a nickname. I guess it's because it's like him being like, I don't know, aggressive and unpredictable, like a snake.
I would
guess.
think so. Yeah, I would think so. I just always remember Jim Ross just screaming, "It's a Texas Rattlesnake!"
Yep, and I think actually, like, I think he's from Texas. I know he lives there now, and so I think it just all like fit together, honestly, with his persona and his character, and it just stuck well.
Yeah, that is true. And no, you also brought up a good point, Joel. Like he's not really a snake, but like we see it all the time, and that's what we think of. You know what I mean? It's Jake the Snake Roberts, then Stone Cold.
Yeah, but he's never been associated with snakes, just his nickname.
And his character's not even a snake. Like a snake to me is somebody that like sneaks up on you and like attacks. Like Stone Cold would just attack you in front of your face.
Yeah, that music's hitting and he's walking slow to that ring.
Yep.
He's gonna whoop that ass.
Yeah, like Randy Orton, and we'll talk about him later, but Randy Orton is someone you think of as a snake for reasons you'll get into. But Stone Cold is like, it's like you don't think of a snake or any what animal best represents Stone Cold? I don't know. But
I don't know.
Yes, I don't know. Someone Vince thought of it, was like, it's a good idea. Let's do that. I don't know.
It worked. It stuck.
Yeah, and it worked. I don't know why, but it worked.
We get some of the best nicknames though. Like they just say them and then they end up sticking.
Yeah. It's like I think it's one of those things where it's like if you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no reason. You just if you know why, you know why. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but I don't know. Maybe there was a reason that I didn't know of, but it just sounds cooler than the Queen. I think the Queen was just given to her because
the
she's
Queen is
royalty.
Cool. Yeah, the Queen is cool, but Texas Rattlesnake is something else.
It's badass. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think that's the point.
Yeah, the Queen is good. You know who they're talking about when they say the Queen, but the Texas Rattlesnake just holds that like badass, like power, authority. Like it just screams the perfect nickname.
100%.
1000%. So clean sweep for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Next matchup, Joel, we're going to start with you with this one. Do you go with Rhea Ripley's mommy nickname or the role model for Bayley? Which nickname do you personally think is better and why?
I love Bayley, love the role model name. It's mommy. Like that took over everything. That became bigger than life in WWE for some reason. That nickname just took it. It was one of those that just stuck. Like it wasn't no reason. He just called her mommy once, and it just stuck. People loved it. People still call her mommy. There's so much merch on mommy. Role model, cool nickname, especially for the character that she was at that time. But Rhea with the mommy definitely got it.
Good reasons. Mandy, do you agree with him, or are you going with Bayley's?
Mommy's always on top. Mommy is always on top. That nickname for Rhea is so perfect. I mean, it just fits, and it just, I mean, she is the like badass, like right now she is like the face, and that mommy nickname just really fits her whole persona, and I love it so much.
I would agree. You got to remember too, that's not even her original. Like Joelle said, it wasn't even her original nickname.
Yeah.
So it was the Eradicator, I believe, was her nickname.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That's the thing too. Like the mommy just got over organically with the crowd. That I didn't remember until just when I was doing my research for this bracket. I was like, wait, that's not even her original nickname. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how much.
Just said. It was just said, and it just stuck.
No one gave Dom the credit though, because I think Dom said it first, right?
Oh, he did, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did, yeah. So I just love how like organically that got over with everyone, because I think that's how cool nicknames start. Like if people love it, if the fans love it, and they'll go forward with it, it'll stick to you, and they'll just keep on rolling with it. Again, I agree. Like the Bayley's role model gimmick, it was cool for the time being. I get it. She's now a veteran, so she could be considered a role model to like everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
But I wish that nickname would have gone more of like if she was a role model more to the WWE superstars and not the audience.
Okay. Got you.
I feel like she was saying that to the audience, like, "Oh, I'm the role model." I'm like, "Oh, you should be a role model to the backstage people," but they're not doing that with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you.
I just feel like again, mommy got over so big that again you just forgot that she had original nickname first, and she just organically got over, and I don't think it's gonna be a nickname that it'll stick for her forever, and even 10 years from now people are still gonna call her mommy. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't think any other nickname will be given to her from now on.
Yeah, it's stuck with her for now.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I think that's what I like about it. Is that nickname she can use no matter if she's playing a face, a heel, what character she's in. Like that nickname can really stick with her. When I think of Bayley and I think of the role model, I think of, okay, she has to be a face for that nickname. Rhea with mommy doesn't have to be a face or heel. She could be both and it still fits.
That is so true. That is so true.
Really good point.
Really good point. Yeah, and it's just fans just love that nickname. You know what I mean? You go to look at her at any meet and greet ever. People they're all calling her mommy. They're taking pictures with her. It's like
you said, it grew organically.
It just stuck with her for the rest of her life now.
Yeah.
That's it. Like she can't escape from that ever.
She's mommy.
Yeah, exactly. Has Bayley ever had another nickname besides the role model, or is it just Bayley? right?
Hugger.
The hugger. Yeah, the hugger.
Hugger. Yeah.
Yeah, the hugger.
Other than that, not really.
I don't
No, and
really.
I think the role model stuck a little more than the hugger, but yeah, that's been both of her like personas.
True. Yeah, because I for me, I didn't think the hugger was even a nickname. I just thought that I don't know if you guys saw it that way. I didn't think of that as a nickname. I just thought like, oh, you're a hugger. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
that was
okay,
how you describe her. You know, like an adjective.
That is
Yeah, I'm not real sure. It kind of can go both ways.
Yeah.
With the way they referred to her.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know. Maybe that's how I looked at it. I don't know. But yeah, the role model is cool, but maybe if they use the character a little bit differently. But mommy, no one, even like Mandy said, mommy's always on top, so you can't 3-0. Sweep Bailey. So, yeah, another clean sweep, 2 in a row. Nia Jax is the irresistible force, and Triple H is cerebral assassin. Mandy, who do you think has the better nickname between the two?
So I won't lie, I think the Irresistible Force is a really cool nickname for Nia just because she is so dominant. She is obviously much larger than the females and can dominate them. But I'm a Triple H girl, so it is Triple H all day for me. The Cerebral Assassin just screams like he's about to come out and kick your ass, and I love it so much. I'm a DX Triple H girl, so it's always going to be them.
That is true. Joelle, do you agree with her Triple H, or are you going to go with Nia Jax's Irresistible Force? Because she is, like you said, Mandy, she is an irresistible force.
Irresistible force. In the women's division, 1000%, ain't nobody was stopping Nia. And that's why I'm going to go with Nia. I love the Cerebral Assassin. If we're talking King of Kings, this is going different. We're talking the game, this is going different. But Cerebral Assassin wasn't a big fan of it. But again, Nia is the irresistible force, especially like the way that she carried herself in the women's division and being unstoppable in the ring, not only being a bigger woman, but actually being nice in the ring, kind of fit that persona. The Cerebral Assassin has been around a lot longer. It is like more known to Triple H, but I just love the Irresistible Force name. So I gotta go with Nia.
I just hate the fact that fans are like always gonna associate Nia with like injuring people. Like that's what I hate about it, because like it's wrestling. You know, people are gonna get hurt. It's not on purpose. You know what I mean? But I think that's what a lot of people are associating with her. Because I do love the Irresistible Force nickname.
It's a fire name.
It fits her well.
Nickname, yeah.
It is. But for me, I'm gonna go with Triple H Cerebral's Assassin. Mainly, like I do agree with you, Joelle, in some sense of like I do like the game better. And the King of Kings, but this nickname still sounds tough.
1000%
for Triple
Hell
H,
yeah.
because he definitely lived up to that nickname to be like superior than others. He was, when he came out to the ring, he knew he was gonna like outsmart. Yeah, it was going down. Like he was able to outsmart his opponents, beat him up. Loved how he like incorporated all that stuff to his WrestleMania entrances. You know, gear that he had on, everyone they incorporated, like Charlotte and Alexa Bliss were a part of his entrance before they were big. There were so many things he incorporated. You could say it was the King of Kings or the game gimmick, but he kind of incorporated all those nicknames to everything he did. And he made it larger than life type of thing, to where you're never going to forget. You can call him either one. You know what I mean? Like King of Kings, the game, Cerebral Assassin.
Which is crazy that he has so many nicknames that stuck.
That everybody remembers at that.
Yeah,
people can have like 20 nicknames, but you only remember one. Like you remember all of his. And when I think of the Cerebral Assassin, I just think of him coming to the ring with like the sledgehammer, like just ready to just ball out.
Was that?
But I will say, one of my favorite Nia moments was when she entered the Men's Royal Rumble. And that just shows like how much this nickname really does fit her, because she was a force in that Royal Rumble against the men too. So
yeah, it took like 4 men to get her out. You know, that was.
And I like that they made that big deal. Like they.
Oh yeah.
That they did that on purpose. I thought that was amazing to make her look like the force that she is, even in the men's match.
Which nickname was Triple H given the longest? Like,
Probably the game has
Yeah,
been
I'm wanting
used
to
the
say
longest,
the game.
but
I
the
think that
Cerebral
one's been used the
Assassin,
most.
it's been around for a minute though, because I believe that one's been around for a minute too.
Because I feel like I've
King
heard
of Kings
all
didn't come
three.
on till after. King of Kings came around like 22,
Yeah.
23.
Wait,
The
that was more recent?
Yeah, Cerebral Assassin and the game have always been there.
Like that?
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago?
No, I mean like
You said 22.
WrestleMania.
Oh,
22.
WrestleMania 20. Okay,
22.
I thought you meant 2023. I was
No,
like, wow, that's way too
WrestleMania 22. My fault. That's my bad. That's when like the King of Kings started.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one's like later down the road. But the Cerebral Assassin, I think, has been there around the same time as the game.
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know when.
Man. What a guy.
Yeah, but that's a good point. Like he's had 3 nicknames, all of them stuck with him and lived up to the hype of all 3 of them.
Yeah, there's not a lot of guys that could say that.
What did he have a nickname during DX, or was it just Triple H?
Nah, just Triple H.
Yeah.
Wow. Shawn Michaels had one, and he stuck with it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, would you change that one?
No.
I mean, we'll get into that one.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
that's a great one.
Yeah. But Triple H does defeat Nia Jax in this one. This matchup, interesting.
That's
that
not
Cousins.
even fair. That's not even fair.
Listen, I want to say y'all did me dirty on this one.
Yeah,
y'all did me dirty on this one.
Blame AI. AI did this one dirty on us. So I randomized it. These
are my 2 favorite people, and y'all just said let's put them together
in the first round.
Yeah. One of them's got to lose some point. You know what I mean? We got Roman Reigns' tribal chief nickname going up against main event Jey Uso with his obviously main event nickname. I'll start this one off. We're gonna put up our ones, right? Are we all gonna put up our ones for Roman Reigns here? Yeah, there we go, 2 for 2. Mandy's still deciding. I'll give you time.
No, it's definitely the tribal chief, but it's just hard to say because I love Jey Uso.
Yeah, true. I mean, it is hard because the reason why I'm choosing Roman is because obviously Roman's ever since the day he returned at SummerSlam that year where he became tribal chief, that like you wouldn't even think that's the same person as he was months prior when he was still the big dog. You know what I mean?
He became dog.
I honestly I look back and I'm like, this is the same person. This is the same guy that's running WWE. Is the guy that was getting poured dog food on his head. You know what I mean? That's the same guy, but the tribal chief nickname just elevated him personally on a personal level to become a star, to become the guy that's larger than life. That's going to be like this generation's John Cena when he was like in his prime. You know what I mean? It's just a bigger name, bigger person, just changed his whole career around. It's crazy to think that all started from one little moment. So, and the nickname just added on. People point up the ones, people acknowledge him with his whole gimmick and everything. So, the fact that one nickname could change the way people look at you and just it's insane. So, it's got to be Roman Reigns. Mandy, you gonna go with Roman Reigns too?
Yeah, I agree. The tribal chief to me is honestly like a lifestyle. Like it's not just a nickname; it's like a whole lifestyle where like you are the head of the table, you are the main guy. Like it transformed Roman like heads and tails above what he used to be, and it's wild to think of that transformation and that this like specific like nickname and character can do that. But absolutely the tribal chief. As much as I love Jey Uso, there is nothing like the tribal chief and his music hitting and the ones going in the sky. Like it's just a whole nother level.
That's one of the things that you just put up the ones out of nowhere. You could be in the middle, like it's a lifestyle, like you said, Mandy. It's just out of nowhere, put the ones up. You acknowledge tribal chief anywhere you go. So it's a worldwide thing to acknowledge Roman Reigns.
Nah, that's a fact. Shout out Roman, man. Damn, acknowledge me. He's the man for that. Like you said, this changed his presentation all around. And like Mandy said, was his lifestyle. Like he is the head of the table. And it ain't a character. This is Roman Reigns. Like he's the man. He's the man, and he knows he is. Jey Uso, great wrestler, great guy. Nickname was pretty tough when he kept losing a lot of main events. I mean, finally got the big one. It was cool. But for a minute, the name was a meme, and I hated that because it was like, should be getting treated better, especially you have that name. But again, Roman Reigns is just on another level. The tribal chief. You hear the tribal chief, and it makes shit serious. It's like, oh, shit's about to go down. The tribal chief is here. All right.
And like, especially, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. So we went to SmackDown way back last year in November, almost a year ago now. And he didn't even do his, like, because this is when he was feuding with Solo, like him and the Usos were feuding with Solo and his group. And like his music didn't even really hit for long. Like they pretty much just stormed out to take out Solo. And the whole arena still erupted with the ones. And like, so it's just a whole like mood.
Yeah. And I agree with you, Joel. It's like the main event thing was like, was he the main event up until like this year? Even during his early times when he was with Roman, it was like he's main event, but you're main eventing over him. So that didn't make sense to do. Up until recently, yes, I'll give him that. He's been main eventing a lot recently. But he didn't live up to that till kind of recent. So you can't call him main event, didn't have him not be the main event for the first certain period of time. But Roman Reigns just entered him. He could enter the Hall of Fame just off the last 5 years alone. You know, like it was that powerful of a nickname and persona to even have. You know, that's how big it became. So shout out to whoever's idea that was to call him the Tribal Chief because they deserve like a raise.
And I also think we have to think into consideration, like, you know, when you think of the tribal chief with like his culture and everything, you think of like the person that protects the family, and he's done that as well. He's elevated everyone around him, the Usos, the Solo. Like, how many family members have they added because of this bloodline storyline where it originated?
And they're not even stopping with adding members to it.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? There's probably like 7 more people being signed as we speak or something. That family, that's a big family. That is a big family. And the fact that Roman Reigns is the OTC now, so he's the original and the only tribal chief, no one's going to stop and take that nickname away from him. So that's how you know he has the power over the family in WWE. So
definitely, and this is going to become, this has become kind of like what Mandy talked about earlier with Rhea. Like, he is the tribal chief. That's it. Like he will forever be known as the tribal chief, whether he's a heel, babyface, whatever. He is the tribal chief.
He is, exactly. So shout out to whoever came up with that name because that was well deserved for.
Yeah, that was
well deserved raise to give for that guy. But Roman Reigns sweeps Jey Uso. He moves on to the next round. Next matchup, we were talking about this before. We have the Undertaker's Dead Man nickname going up against Randy Orton's The Viper nickname. Joel, who do you think has a better nickname between the two?
It's The Viper. Dead Man is just another word for Undertaker's already a nickname, but I don't know. Viper just fits so much better. I feel like you're not gonna say, "Oh, the Dead Man." You're just gonna say the Undertaker. It's the same. It's probably the same number of letters. To be honest, I didn't even look, but I'm sure it's the same thing. But Randy Orton, he is a Viper. We've seen this since his first couple years in WWE. Starting off as the Legend Killer, thought that was he's always had fire nicknames. That one was fire. This one's fire. But the Viper has become more relevant in the last couple of years because of the out of nowhere. He sneaks up on you. Randy sneaks up on you. We saw it the night after Mania with Cena just snuck in from under the ring, got on the rope, RKO. You know what I mean? Like he is the Viper, and he will always be the Viper.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, Mandy, or are we gonna go with the Dead Man?
No, I'm definitely going with Randy here. I mean, the Dead Man's cool, you know, and he did the whole persona with the music and the he had the urn for a while and the coffins, and so he played into that. But the Viper is just so cool because it really describes Randy's like technique and his style. Like you said, he sneaks up on you, he surprises you from behind and takes you out, and so I definitely loved Legend Killer Randy when he pretty much attacked anybody and everybody that he wanted to, but there's nothing like the Viper sneak attack.
That is true. I'm also gonna agree with both of you. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he this is, as I said before, like Randy Orton, the Viper, is the only nickname that's associated with the snake that makes sense. Because like you said, Mandy, like he's smooth in the ring. You don't expect him to hit an RKO out of nowhere. Vipers and snakes in general are quick and unpredictable, so that this makes sense to be a Viper. He also includes, because what you said, Joel, about Stone Cold, Orton also includes a snake in his entrance.
Yes.
We see the CGI of a snake in his entrance in the beginning, and then the on the ramp and everything. So I think that's the nickname that people will always associate him with from going forward too. The Legend Killer, that was a great gimmick. That was more of a gimmick for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Then that was like that was it. You know what I mean? You can't call him a Legend Killer forever. He's a legend himself. You know. So I think they were aware of that, and they kind of just drifted away from that. Called him the Viper, because you can't be called a Legend Killer and also be a legend that crosses out. You know. Again,
you could, Nick. You could.
I that's the way I see it, Joel. That's the way I don't know.
You bringing logic into this. This is wrestling. We don't need logic.
I bring logic into wrestling, Joel. I do, I do. But no. But the Undertaker, I also agree with what you said too. Is like that's the same thing. Like the Undertaker and Dead Man's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like that's I never found that like I found that confusing when they called him the Dead Man. I'm like, does he really need a nickname? You know, it's
like I said, it's the same. It's probably the same number of letters. Like,
and I didn't really like. I mean, people know it. Like if you said the Dead Man, people know who you're talking about. But it just didn't stick as good as the Viper does. Like the Viper, just like you want to call Randy Orton the Viper. The Undertaker, you don't want to call him the Dead Man. You just call him the Taker.
Exactly.
Yeah. Taker's more of a nickname than Dead Man is. I think Dead Man's less letters than Undertaker. So
probably
that could have been his name first, Dead Man, instead of the Undertaker. We don't know. But yeah, I just feel like in terms of all the snake, I mean, obviously you have Jake the Snake Roberts, who his gimmick was a snake, or he had a snake.
Yeah.
But other than that, Orton really resembles a snake out of everyone else. So it had to have been him only to be called a snake.
Yeah, and go and have it stick.
Yeah,
calling anybody else a Viper doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you wouldn't call John Cena a Viper.
Yeah,
you know what
I'm not giving Ted DiBiase Jr. the nickname the Viper. You know what I mean? It just doesn't fit.
Imagine Cody Rhodes as the Viper. Imagine Cody Rhodes being called the Viper.
He would have got fired way earlier.
Yeah, he would have left a long time ago. He wouldn't have been back.
He would have not even had the chance to ask for a release. They would have said, "Here's your slip, homie." It didn't work out.
Sorry, we see best luck in future endeavors, man. Sorry.
Future endeavors.
No, but I mean, that could also be a nickname for Cody, like Dashing Cody Rhodes. That also could have been something that could have been on this bracket.
It could have. Yeah,
that was a great.
I wish
nickname.
it would have popped off more. Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it didn't. It just didn't. I don't know. It didn't hit the way it should have.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool because it was like a different gimmick, like some guy just giving you like male hygiene tips weekly on TV, which is entertaining. And his mirror and his entrance, that was creative, but it was kind of getting like, all right, this is like a guy whose ego was like up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He thinks he's like the greatest looking guy on the world. So it was getting too cocky in a way.
Yeah, they didn't let the fans get behind it organically.
No, because it did when he had the plastic bags over his head.
Yeah,
that part, but that was more of him, not the audience.
That wasn't the nickname helping out.
Yeah, but Orton the Viper makes sense in every way, shape, or form. Shout out to Randy. Shout out to Undertaker too. But again, you have a lot of sweeps this first round. We've only been halfway.
There's good nicknames.
There's a lot of
there are just above the rest. This is a good nickname, but this one is wow.
Yeah. Next round's gonna get a little tougher, but you'll get there when we get there. Next matchup, we do have Seth Rollins' the Visionary nickname going up against Edge's the Rated R Superstar nickname. Mandy, I'm going to start with you with this one. Who do you think had the better nickname and why?
So out of all of these, let's see who we have left. Yeah, out of all of these, this is probably the hardest one for me because I do really love both of these nicknames, and I think they fit both of these guys really, really well. I mean, Seth Rollins with his entire just persona and character, he truly is a visionary. He, his outfits, his gimmicks, his promos, he thinks it all out. He sees it all out. So he truly is a visionary. And then Edge, I mean, come on now. Like, he was the radar superstar. He pushed limits. He tested boundaries. When he was with Lita, I mean, come on. You guys saw that.
Yeah.
So this one's really hard for me. But I'm going to have to give the slight advantage to Seth Rollins here.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Because it is true. I mean, this group now is called The Vision. So it makes sense to full circle moment to having a group with his nickname in it. So I like that. Good choice. Good choice, Joelle. Do you agree with her? Or are we going to go with a different answer here?
Edge for this one. I love the Rated R Superstar name. Maybe as a bias just because I grew up with Edge and that was my one of my guys growing up, and he was like the rock star of WWE. He was against everything. He like Mandy said, he tested boundaries. He didn't really follow anything. He had his woman with him and he didn't care about anything else. He just wanted his woman and his belt. I just think he really played a role that, again, one of those guys that just never lost a nickname because he became the Rated R Superstar more than he became Edge. I feel like you say Rated R Superstar, people will be like, I know exactly who you're talking about. Talk about Edge. Casuals will know who you're talking about, but once you say Rated R Superstar, a whole different persona comes into their mind. You say Edge, you think tag team wrestling. You say Rated R Superstar, those title runs, that heel run, even the baby faces runs, like, he was just incredible and just really, like I said, fit that nickname. He was the rock star of WWE. Rollins, great nickname, visionary. Like Mandy said, he is the visionary of WWE right now, and having the group name Vision, like, it makes sense. But I just gotta give the edge to Edge.
Aha, I get it. I see what you
You
did
see
there. I
that
see.
little sign.
Yeah.
But again, both great nicknames.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with both, but I'm gonna give the slight edge to Edge because it wasn't just something that he did in segments. Like, he wasn't rated R just with that segment alone that we were referring to. Even though we shouldn't have seen those as kids,
Definitely
it was on TV. What was I supposed to do? I don't know.
Come on, Spike.
Yeah, you could have skipped that segment. I don't know. But anyways, the way I see it, that nickname represented who he was wrestling in the ring. Like, the way I see it is just he was so dangerous. You want to look away. You know what I mean? You don't want to watch because it's rated R. Get it? Because rated R, you're not supposed to see as certain ages. But it represented who he was in the ring, and yeah, even though he's not like that today. He's more of like a baby face. People love him. He probably won't be like that now, but it's still a nickname that will never get away from him. It was one of those nicknames that it was his first and only nickname, and it stuck with him. He didn't get 20,000 other ones like a lot of these people did. It was just that maybe he did get one and I don't know about it. Yeah. But it was just one nickname that stuck with him. It remains with him. He still gets announced as the Rated R Superstar 20-something years later.
That's insane.
So it's obviously worked. He's not even in WWE anymore. He's still getting called the Rated R Superstar. That's how impactful it is to him. That's what it means to him, and that's how big of a nickname it was and turned out to be. So it was just a big nickname and a cool nickname to be given. It's a Rated R Superstar for a reason. And yeah, it was just an awesome nickname. I get it. The Seth Rollins is a visionary. He could see the future. I guess that's what they were trying to go for. Like, he can bring the future of WWE with him with Braun Breaker and the other Braun. But I don't know, the Rated R. I think that nickname, the visionary, can also be like something that could be outlooked if he was given another nickname. You know what I mean?
That is true, but I will say that my bias with Edge is also because Rollins, the visionary, hasn't been a 10-year name yet either. So, like, if you ask us in 10 years this question, it's a different story, maybe, depending how the rest of Rollins' career goes. You know what I mean? There's a certain, like, I see another bracket that's coming up that is also another situation that's like, it's a great nickname, but this one's been around a lot more, has a lot more history behind it. So God kind of lean this way because the visionary, great nickname. It's just one of those situations as like, rated R superstar. It's so much history behind it. He's a former champion. You know what I mean? It's so many accomplishments that happened under that nickname that Seth Rollins is still working on accomplishments. So again, it's one of those things that's like, ask in a couple years, it might change.
Well, and I will say that to your point, Nick, the rated R superstar was Edge in the ring, but it was also him outside of the ring. I mean, he had a lot of drama and stuff going on backstage, outside the ring. So it literally, like, it was his entire life. Like, it was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. It was exactly who he is. And
homie lived the gimmick.
Yeah, he literally lived it. You know, he
lived it.
Everywhere he went. That's so true.
It was him. Yeah.
Yeah. It was him. Again, maybe not so much now, but it was him for a majority of his career, and it stuck with him. So that's why I had to choose Edge. But I know what you mean. I know what you were getting into. I think with the next matchup. Is that what you were referring to before, Joel?
You know exactly. That's what I was going to talk about.
Because we do have Bianca Belair's EST, a WWE gimmick, going up against Shawn Michaels' HBK Heartbreak Kid gimmick. Joel, do you want to kick this one off then? Because you want to talk about
it. He is one of my favorite nicknames from the past couple years with any new superstar that has come in. But the Heartbreak Kid is such an iconic nickname. Like, it just stuck with him. Like, he was 40 and we were calling him the Heartbreak Kid. I don't even know how old he is now, and we still call him the HBK Heartbreak Kid. It's not a child no more. What are we doing? How did this stick so long? Shawn is just one of those guys. Yeah. It's just one of those guys that stuck, and he was so loved by the fans, and it stuck with him. Either he was a heel, either he was a baby face, but it was just one of those iconic names that just stuck with him. And you know the name Shawn Michaels, and you know HBK. If you say HBK, people know you're talking about Shawn. If you say Heartbreak Kid, you know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Saying that, I'm giving it to Shawn, but Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE, is so fire.
It is.
It's so fire. Like, that's such a fire nickname. Shout out to whoever helped to create it, or she came up with it. Whoever created that was awesome. But I have to go with HBK for this one.
Mandy, do you agree with him? Or are you gonna go with Bianca?
So listen, I love Bianca. I love the EST nickname. I honestly think it's probably the best female nickname. Honestly, just the way it fits in everything. And I can't wait for her to get back in the ring. I will literally give her my finger if it helps her get back in the ring, because I miss her. We all miss her. But my childhood was Shawn Michaels and the Heartbreak Kid. My entire childhood. When his music hit, you better believe if I was not in the room, I was getting in the room to watch him perform. So, with that being said, Shawn Michaels is my all-time favorite. The Heartbreak Kid here takes it, but I do love the EST.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be nice and give my vote to Bianca because I don't want her to get swept. Because I do agree with what you said, man. Yeah, because I do agree with what you said. Mandy is just Bianca. I personally think Bianca's nickname is probably the greatest female nickname we've seen in WWE. Because like, if you're like a non-WWE fan and you hear Bianca Belair and you call herself the EST WWE, like, what does that mean? I don't get it. But what does EST mean? But then when she explains, it's like, oh, I'm the toughest, the roughest, anything that ends at EST. It's like, oh, that sounds fire. And it's like, it's something that you don't think about. Like, that's probably the best reason you could ever give to a nickname. The confidence you have to call yourself the EST. I know she was a heel when she started it, but it also applies to her as a babyface. Like, she's like, at any point, give herself 10 years, she'll still be calling herself the EST.
Yeah.
Because she's still the best, one of the best. And it's like, that's just a fire nickname. So is HBK. He will always be known as the Heartbreak Kid, even if he's like a couple years older. He's still one of the best nicknames ever in WWE. But in terms of just female, I'm gonna have to give it to Bianca because that is just a fire nickname to just go clean sweep. But it is just like, damn, EST. You don't think about it until she explains it. I'm like, that's tough.
I don't think another female could pull it off either. Like, I don't think, as much as I love Mommy, as much as I love Liv, as much as I love all of these other girls, there's not another female in the division that could pull that off like Bianca does.
And the way she says it, too. Right. Like, she just goes through the list. The roughest, the toughest, the fastest. And I can't say it as fast as she does, but she says it fast. Be like, damn, that's exactly why she's the greatest. No pun intended, but she's that for a reason. She's proven it. She's lived up to that nickname, too. It's not like she hasn't, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine she didn't live with that name. She's still calling herself the EST in many ways. Like, wow. But she's lived up to it. So I can't give her that clean sweep. So I had to give it to Bianca. But either way, I knew that Shawn Michaels was going to be in the next round.
Listen,
so
I respect it, man. We can't let her go down with that. Oh, I feel you.
That man could be 100, and I'm still gonna be like, that's the heartbreak kid right there.
Yeah, he's our heartbreak kid, you know.
Yeah.
He's still a kid. He wasn't even a kid when he got the nickname, so it's kind of weird, like why they gave him a kid, except the heartbreak. Maybe the heartbreak man didn't sound cool, you know.
I guess he was just young at the time.
Mm-hmm.
If he got in his early 20s, so in that time they still looked at him as a kid. He's still a kid.
Yeah, I guess so.
Especially compared to like the Ric Flairs, and they were older than him, so
yeah,
it made sense at the time.
That is true. It made sense. But yeah, last matchup in the first round, we got Becky Lynch with the man nickname going against John Cena with the champ. Mandy, we're gonna start off with you. Who do you think has a better nickname between the two?
So I love John Cena a lot, and he is the champ. There's no doubt about that. Becky Lynch is the man. She has really, like, at first when she got this nickname, I was kind of like, okay, that's kind of, I don't know if I love it. I don't know if it fits, but it is really like taken off, and she's embodied it so well. And I think that this is a nickname again that she's going to have until the end of her career. Like this one is going to stick until the end of time, because she has played in that role and played in that character and really embodied it. With that being said, though, John Cena is my GOAT. I cannot not go against it. Like it's his last year, so he's got to win this for me. As much as I respect Becky, it's got to be John all day.
That is 100%. Joel, do you agree with her? Are you going with the GOAT or the man? The champ or the man?
The champ.
Champ.
Easy. The champ is here. You know how much merch he sold with just that saying, the champ is here? So easy.
I forgot I was wearing a shirt.
The champ.
Too,
that's it. You know what I mean? Like,
I have 4 shirts in my closet, so you know.
The love out there.
You know how much money I would be spending if I would have bought or losing if I bought every single one of his merch this year.
Yeah, they have great merch too with his retirement tour.
You saw the Australian one that they just released, the yellow and green one.
Yeah. I got the one. We went to Backlash at St. Louis, and I got it, and it's blue and the yellow, and it's real cool.
It is. That one was fire. The one at that was WrestlePalooza, right? Or
no, this was Backlash back in May. Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. That was in St. Louis. WrestlePalooza was in
St. Louis.
Yeah. So yeah, all of them were pretty fire, but yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with both of you. I think the champ is here. No one else can say that but John Cena. Anyone else can try, but it won't hit the same because they're not John Cena.
He's the champ. Yeah,
he is the champ. Even if he's not the champ, he's the champ.
He's the champ.
It's like the best way to describe it is like Max Caster in AEW, where it's like he's the best wrestler alive. Legally, yes, but he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. But John Cena
lives up to the champ, but he's the champ.
He's the champ. Yeah, but technically he is. He should trademark that and make it a legal thing. He's literally the champ.
Champ is fire. What a nickname.
Yeah, the Becky Lynch. I think she lived up to being the man because it kind of reminds me of like that movie She's the Man. You know, even though it's not like the same like plot. You know what I mean? It's like it's just she's the man. Like
she's the man.
Yeah. That's how I look at it. She is the man, and she lived up to embody that. Like no one can touch her. She's unstoppable. You can try, but I'm gonna out wrestle you and be better than you. You know, it's a gimmick. Like what Mandy said, it was like just not working for me. Because like why the man? But now I get it. Even though she's not saying the reason why, I get it now, and it's lived up to that nickname. So shout out to Becky though, but John Cena is forever the champ, and you can't take that away from him.
And I will say, with John Cena as the champ, like if you put that name on anybody else, they wouldn't have lived up to it. But he does.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it even better.
Yeah. 1000%.
You're right. Yeah.
So shout out John Cena. He's always the GOAT. Always the GOAT.
What a guy.
Yeah. On to the second round. We have Stone Cold's Texas Rattlesnake going up against Rhea Ripley's mommy nickname. This is tough. Who wants to start this one off? Because I don't know. I don't have an answer for this. I don't.
I'll start it off.
Okay.
I love Mommy, but it's the Texas Rattlesnake. I love Mommy's a great nickname. It's fire.
Yeah.
But the Texas Rattlesnake is the Texas Rattlesnake.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but I know what you mean.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm trying to think of a way to explain. Like, Mommy is such a fire name. Again, this is biased because I grew up with the Attitude Era, so I remember like him being called Texas Rattlesnake, him coming out wild and I was a Texas Rattlesnake, and it was like one of those things that's just like, it's like Stone Cold's one of my goats, so Texas Rattlesnake is up there, so I gotta put that above Mommy.
Oof. Do you agree with him, Mandy, or are you gonna go with Mommy?
Mommy's fire, and as much as I want to put her through to hold down the females here, because we have like all males left besides her, I can't, because Stone Cold is the Texas Rattlesnake is just, I mean, it's just a great name. Like, it is just one that it just hits. And, you know, when you think of the Texas Rattlesnake, you think of him coming to the ring, you know, blah, 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 doing all his mouthing and chugging a beer. And, you know, so it's just the whole like show. The Texas Rattlesnake is not just a name, it's the whole show. So I've got to go with that one.
Yeah.
I mean, he's moving on anyways, but I think Mommy is too good of a nickname to go out on a sweep, so I'm going to give it to Mommy. I mean, to be fair, I didn't grow up on Stone Cold, but it's still a nickname. Even wrestling fans now, you know what the Texas Rattlesnake is. Is that impactful many years later, even though he's not wrestling anymore? But Mommy is just like, Mommy is like an organic nickname that just didn't. I guess it wasn't planning on getting over, but it just got over by the fans. Like we said in the first round, you guys forgot, or Joel, you forgot that the Eradicator was an original nickname.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. But Mommy is just Mommy on top. Everyone loves it. He gets over pretty quickly. She says it, and it's like Mommy's on top. It's like, yep, she definitely is.
Yep.
It's just an awesome nickname to just give her, and it works. Like, wow, it was a Dom nickname for her, and everyone calls her that now. Dom was supposed to say it to her only, but whatever works to get you over, and it works. That's the wrestling business, you know. Anything to get you over, it took off.
Yeah,
you're not gonna roll with that. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a different nickname and it worked, then go with it. But Mommy just stuck, and she's never letting go of that.
Easy nickname.
Yeah,
so it's like, why not go with it? It's like, oh, this
4 letters, one word. No. I just said that organically, but I don't know. But it's just, again, it's simple nickname, works, but the Rattlesnake, Texas Rattlesnake, is just iconic to, and that wasn't gonna lose anyways. But Sharon Stone Cold in Rhea.
Little sidebar with your little four letters, one word. My DoorDash driver came in to my work to drop off my lunch one day, and he was wearing the Pinky Eat shirt. And so I go, 4 letters, one word. And he just looked at me like,
oh no,
what is wrong with you?
He's like, damn. Take the food back. Take the food back. I don't want it anymore. You ruined it.
Ruined the whole vibe.
Missed the whole mark.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, you know what? Now you ruined my whole day. Get out. I
don't even want this food now. I don't want to eat anymore.
Yeah, man.
Tip 0.
Zero tip. Zero tip. Oh god. No, you should have messaged him on the side. Yeet, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah, like
yeet, by the way.
It was on your shirt. You just had to read your shirt.
Yeah, I was
just had to look down real quick.
Yeah, just your shirt. Read it. I'm like, oh. My god. That was funny. Oh man, but shout out Jey Uso. But next matchup we have the Cerebral Assassin with Triple H or the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Joel, who do you got? Which is the better nickname between the two?
I got the Tribal Chief. Tribal Chief is it's the Tribal Chief. I got it, Cerebral Assassin. Shout out Triple H. But the Tribal Chief, oof, what a fucking guy. Talk about a stud.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I feel like I said we talked about it the first round. I feel like I'm gonna just keep saying the same thing. Like, it was just one of those moments that created and is one of those nicknames that's just gonna stick with him because of the persona that is attached to it, and just how that really changed the trajectory of his career with this one nickname that stuck, and then they ran with it, and they keep running with it, and like we talked about, like many others, is just he's the Tribal Chief now. That's it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Do you agree with him, Mandy, or are you gonna go with the Cerebral Assassin?
I can't. It's the tribal chief, and one of the reasonings is because Triple H had, we talked about 3 nicknames at least, and he pulled off all of them. Roman Reigns before the tribal chief was the big dog, and that didn't work so well. So it's just the elevation of this one particular nickname. Triple H, you could slap a nickname on him and it worked. Roman Reigns, not necessarily until this one, and now he's the tribal chief, and he's been the OTC, and now it's TC1, and so it's just like that tribal chief really is him, whereas Triple H could be a lot of different things.
Yeah. The man could make the nickname, but the nickname can also make the man. I just made that up. I don't know if that means anything. But I was trying to sound cool, but it didn't work. But
it was fire. It was fire. Yeah.
Y'all knew what I mean. Y'all knew what I mean. But the Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, was, again, it's just, you can't. The Triple H, you can give him the game, King of Kings, serial assassin. I don't know if this is a hot take, but nothing's gonna be bigger than Roman Reigns. You know. Like, Roman Reigns is like this era is John Cena. This era is Hulk Hogan. Triple H was always the guy. I get it, but like, I feel like the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is more important to the industry than. I get it. Triple H is the booker now. Calls himself the King of Kings. He's the higher up, the COO, whatever his title is. Even that's a nickname. His position is a nickname, whatever. Yeah. But the Roman Reigns is just. No one can top the tribal chief. Solo couldn't do it. Nobody in his family can do it. I don't even think The Rock can do it. The fact that one nickname is so powerful that it causes tension within a family, that says a lot. So nothing can stop the tribal chief in that nickname. But yeah, you can't go wrong with the tribal chief. It really elevated his career in many different ways.
Tribal chief, man.
Yeah,
exactly. Acknowledge him.
Exactly. You can't help it but acknowledge him. Remember, Joel, you and I hated that nickname at first. Now we acknowledge it. Yeah.
But it's so crazy, like how it just, like Manny said, elevated him and took him into a whole nother stratosphere. Because you can see, like, when he first starts saying, he's like, acknowledge me. No one's behind him. No one wants to acknowledge him. And now it's like, when they got really hot, like I want to say, like, on the road to 39. Everyone had their hands up. Yeah. From the difference between 37 and 39, you could see like the difference in how it just elevated him and took him to another level. And even though he was still a heel, people gravitated towards him and basically was like, yeah, acknowledge him.
Now they had to make him babyface now.
Yeah. I mean, they got no other choice, I guess.
I think he's a better heel, but
he's 1,000% a better.
That's a conversation for another day.
I agree. I mean, I think it was his ego, but yeah, I would agree. But people just loved him so much because of the nickname that they had to switch him to babyface.
But I'm one that I'm gonna love him regardless. So it doesn't matter to me, honestly. Like, he could be a bad guy or a good guy. I don't care. Like, he's still Roman Reigns. Like, he's still that powerful.
Yeah, he is.
I agree with that. I hated the baby to face turn, but I get it. You had to. Too many people were cheering for him. You had to do it.
Exactly. But yeah, Roman Reigns does move on to the next round, sweeping Triple H. Former tag partners in this next round. The Viper Randy Orton nickname, the Randy Orton's Viper nickname, or the Rated R Superstar nickname. I'm going to start this one off. I'm going to go with Edge. I just feel like, again, this was a nickname that was given to him. This only nickname that I'm aware of that stuck with him for X amount of years. Randy Orton's was just more, I don't want to say wasn't recent, but it was the second nickname that he got. That one stuck with him. I'm not saying the first one was terrible. The Legend Killer was obviously the important nickname for his gimmick at the time, but there were so many ways you can see and look at Edge, and like we were saying in the first round, it was just, he was rated R outside the ring, inside the ring. He was just a natural heel that it just stuck with him. Even now, different company. He's a babyface. He's getting older. Still rated R. They announced him that over there, and it's like it's the impact on that name just stuck with. Not a lot of people. That's also the thing too. Like, not everyone gets announced as their nickname heading to the ring. Like you don't hear like
a big deal.
Yeah. So like the tribal chief, yes. The visionary, yes, but like Some of them don't get announced like that to the ring, but this one would always get announced to Edge, no matter where he is. So it's got to be Edge. Mandy, do you get Randy Orton or Edge?
I will say if there's two people that really embody their nickname, it's these two. Like, I feel like these two really, like, again, with Randy's, like, technique, his form, everything about him screams the Viper. Same thing with Edge, you know, his gutsiness, the way he pushed the limits and pushed the boundaries, like, everything said the Radar Superstar. I have a feeling that Joel is going to pick Edge, so I'm going to give it to Randy just because I don't want him to get clean sweeped here.
Okay. Joel, are you choosing Edge or are you choosing Mandy Orton?
That was a great pick, Mandy, because yes, I'm 1,000% going with Edge.
Thank
I had a
feeling.
Listen, so this is another reason I'm gonna.
She knew. She's the visionary.
She's the visionary of this podcast right now.
Yeah. I think she saw it coming. She knew what's happening.
Listen, I'm gonna for this round. This was the toughest one because I agree with Mandy 100%. These are the two that are the closest that embodied their nickname and basically live by that nickname. I'm giving the Edge to Edge because it was kind of like again how we talked about Roman. The Rated R Superstar was the elevation. Viper was given to him. He was already a champion at that time. Ray was in big storylines. The Rated R Superstar was a creation of a main event superstar, and that just stuck with him, and he killed that role that he was given. Not saying that Randy didn't, but just Edge given that platform at that time, at the young age that he was, really helped him elevate himself as a main event superstar just with that nickname alone.
Yeah, that is true. Shout out to Orton, though. Mandy made
both,
the right decision.
Yeah. Shout out to Viper, man. That was the toughest one on this list.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I would have chosen Edge, Randy Orton too if I went last, but Edge, the Rated R Superstar, is just one of the coolest nicknames you can give. It's not just. It wasn't like the so and so. It's not like a two-worded. It's unique. It's different. It's a different nickname that you don't really hear. But yeah, shout out to Edge and shout out to Orton too. Next matchup, we have Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, going up against John Cena's the Champ nickname. Ooh, Joel, I want to go with you. Who do you got with this nickname?
This is a tough one.
This is the hardest one for me. This is the hardest one for me of this whole round.
So I'm going. Damn.
Think about the first round.
I'm trying to think. Damn.
If only you had someone.
I'm gonna go with the Champ.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go with the Champ. Heartbreak Kid. I love the HBK name. Awesome. But John Cena is the Champ. He's he is, you know what I mean? Like HBK, Shawn Michaels is the Heartbreak Kid. Look, like I just called him HBK. I didn't even say Shawn. But see, like, I don't know, just that time growing up with Cena as the Champ was like prime ruthless aggression, and the Champ was everywhere. The Champ is here, shirts. The Champ is here, pendants, the armband. You know what I mean? Like, it was a whole brand for Cena that he still carries today. So for that, I'm gonna give it to Cena.
Was Shawn Michaels actually like? Was that his gimmick? Like, was he breaking hearts
Yeah,
like was he winning?
He was the pretty boy. Yeah.
I thought it was like he was. I thought he was like a heel, beating all his opponents. Like, oh, you're breaking that kid's heart. Like,
I mean? So he was a heel, but he was just getting women, and he had like there was a time he had like the mirror, like kind of how Cody had the mirror. He had the mirror entrance like that. So yeah, he was because he broke hearts out here.
Breaking hearts. Mandy, do you agree with Joel with John Cena, or are you going to go with the Heartbreak Kid?
This one is so hard for me because Shawn Michaels is my all-time favorite, but John Cena is my GOAT. Like, he is the greatest to ever do it. So this one is extremely hard for me. Nick is gonna pick John Cena, so I can't let HBK get swept. I mean, he's already been showing the shirt. I just have a feeling.
I don't know.
But I'm gonna go with I'm going to go with Shawn Michaels just for the simple fact that when I do refer to him, I don't refer to him as Shawn Michaels. I refer to him as HBK. Like, that is his name. Like, I refer to him as the Heartbreak Kid HBK. Like, I don't say Shawn Michaels 99% of the time. To the point where when I was talking with my husband one day about him, I was like, HBK, and he doesn't watch wrestling. And so he was like, who is that? And I was like, Shawn Michaels. He was like, oh, okay. Like, so I have to go with Shawn Michaels just for the simple fact that I always refer to him as that nickname.
Okay. That is true. I think he should legally change his name to HBK.
Yeah, I mean, when I was talking, I went to call him HBK and then changed it to Shawn. Because I'm on the same wave. I do the same thing, HBK, because it's so much easier.
Yeah, that is true. But I really think that Mandy is a visionary because she was right.
1,000%.
I am choosing
you were showing the shirt.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I gotta go with the GOAT, the champ. I mean, he's called the champ for a reason. Like, you don't root for a guy who breaks hearts. You know what I mean? That's not what you do. You know, that's not right. You know what I mean? But no, it is a cool nickname. The Heartbreak Kid. It rolls off the tongue. Again, people call him that over Shawn Michaels. It's just I guess it's like a natural instinct to do when you're a wrestling fan, just call him HBK. But the champ is always going to be the champ, no matter if he has a title or not. I agree with everything what Joel said. I'm not gonna say much. Just I agree with Joel, but he said in this round by John Cena, he's always would be the GOAT. So a lot of merch with champ on it. Nothing else to add on. It was just the GOAT and the champ for a reason.
It's that brand, man. That brand.
Yeah. 2 years he's a champ. But the final at the end, this final four.
This final four is fucking tough. Now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
It's fire.
Yeah. Imagine if we had HBK in here, but
exactly.
Yeah, I would have chosen HBK. Yeah.
Oh,
no, but for this next round, we got the Texas Rattlesnake for Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Tribal Chief with Roman Reigns. I can start this one off. I'm gonna give a 1 to the one with the Tribal Chief. You know, it's. I think it's how do I say it's more universal? I think now it is. I guess because I think if you're not a wrestling fan, if you hear the Tribal Chief, you may say Roman Reigns. If you just say Texas Rattlesnake to somebody, you'd be like, "Who's that?" You know. Maybe like 20 years ago. Obviously, Roman Reigns wasn't even a wrestler then, but you know what I mean? Like if they were both wrestlers to this day, who would get more reaction by the nickname by non-wrestling fans? I think it would be Roman Reigns. It's just a simpler nickname that's got over it. He's a much bigger star out of it. I don't know. I just think Tribal Chief is a much better nickname. It fits him. You can't call someone else Tribal Chief. You can probably call someone else the Texas Rattlesnake if they're from Texas. But I think Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, is just a one person only type nickname compared to Texas Rattlesnake. So I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns. Joel, who do you got? Roman Reigns or Texas Rattlesnake?
Going with the Tribal Chief, man. Tribal Chief it's just such a powerful nickname, and he will always be the Tribal Chief. You know what I mean? Like Roman Reigns is the Tribal Chief. Yeah. Stone Cold is the Texas Rattlesnake, but he's not. It's not like one and done. You know what I mean? Like I will never be like, yo, Texas Rattlesnake. Like I use it here and there, but I would usually just say Stone Cold. Stone Cold. That's like.
I always thought Stone Cold was his nickname, but
but it's more the Texas Rattlesnake, like for the for like the announcers and stuff. But yeah, I just gotta go with Roman Reigns. Like I said, it's just a stronger nickname, and like we said, it was something that elevated him. It was a presence. It was a nickname that the family's fighting for. You know what I mean? But he has it. Yeah. That's why everybody around him hates him, but they're gonna follow him because he's the Tribal Chief. Exactly. Again, Texas Rattlesnake, fire nickname. It's made it up to the final four, but Tribal Chief, it is.
Yeah. Let's see if we can guess Mandy's because she's guessing ours. So let's see. What are you gonna say, Mandy? Who's your favorite nickname?
I'm gonna say it's a sweep.
Clean sweep. Get the brooms out.
We called it.
There we go.
Again, the Tribal Chief is like the entire like rebrand of Roman Reigns. I'm gonna say like it embodied his true character. He really embraced it. Stone Cold was Stone Cold from day one. Day one. It doesn't matter if you call him Stone Cold, Texas Rattlesnake. He is who he is. Whereas the Tribal Chief really, I think, allowed Roman to be who he is. And, you know, that the big dog didn't feel like him. This feels like him. So clean sweep here.
Clean sweep. There we go. I think he swept every single round so far. It's crazy.
It's a powerful ass.
It's a powerful nickname. Yeah,
it's a fire nickname. Come on, man.
Oh, another great rivalry right here. We got Edge's Radar Superstar. John Cena's the champ nickname. I'm gonna put Mandy to start this one off because I want to see if she can guess ours more. But Mandy, who do you think is a better nickname between these two? Who is your favorite?
The champ is here. I mean, it has to be John. He is the GOAT for a reason. Like I said before, you throw this nickname on anybody else and it doesn't work. It doesn't fit. You know, like as much as Cody Rhodes is what they say the quarterback of the WWE right now, you throw the champ on him, it doesn't work. It doesn't hit the same. It doesn't fit. You throw the champ on John Cena and everybody's like, yeah, that's my champ. Like that is my guy. And so it has to be him.
That is true. That is true. Joelle, do you agree with her or are you choosing Edge?
I love that explanation. That is 1,000%. I'm behind it. John Cena.
Oh, John Cena. Yeah. I guess we gotta bring the broom back out because it's a clean sweep here too. So it makes sense. I love Edge. The Radar Superstar fits him. You can say it made the same case for Edge too.
Yeah.
But the Edge can't be the champ. John Cena's the only champ.
John Cena is the champ, man.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Now this is tough. We got the finals.
We end up here? How did?
Yeah. Did you visualize this, Mandy? Did you think it was gonna be the final two here? Did any of y'all think this was gonna be the final two? Because I don't.
Probably, honestly, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Thinking about the bracket, the only one that I might have plugged in a little different, but again, he went up against John Cena. If he was in a different, it would be HBK. But when he went up against John Cena, that eliminated him. So.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Roman and HBK, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I forgot the champ was on the list.
Yeah, the champ was on the list. Yeah.
Champ is here. He's right there at the bottom of the bracket.
Exactly.
Homie popped up out of nowhere.
But who wants to go first? Get this one off. Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, or the champ John Cena?
All right, it's my bracket. I'll go first.
Okay.
My bracket, I'll go first. As much as I love both of these, I mean, we've talked about the entire episode, these two nicknames. They both really embody these superstars and these guys. But I, again, have to give it to the Tribal Chief for the simple fact that without this whole persona and this whole nickname, I don't know if we would love Roman Reigns. Like, honestly, like I don't, because the path that he was on, was not the path that he's on now. Like, this took him a whole nother level. It put him literally Superman status as his punch. Like, it elevated him so much. John Cena would have always been John Cena, like, period.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Joelle, I'm assuming you agree with her by putting
Shout
up
out Mandy. She laid it all out there. Tribal Chief, baby.
Question though, can he be the champ?
Could Roman Reigns be the champ? No.
Nah.
So we switched 2 to a 0. No, I'm joking.
He could not. The Roman Reigns could not have that champ nickname like John. But again, the Tribal Chief just elevated him so much.
Yeah, it did.
It brings importance. You hear that, the Tribal Chief is coming next Friday. It was like, it's a big deal.
But he returns a lot though, so it's always a big deal.
Nah, but when at the beginning, when he was really part-time, and that was like
what you just said though, he returns a lot and it's always a big deal. Like that right there.
Thank you, Andy.
That right there. Like,
let him know.
He could return 1,000,000 times. Actually, somebody commented on my video because I was super excited that he returned again. They're like, he's returned 100 times this year. And I was like, yeah, and I'm gonna be excited 100 more times when he returns because he is the Tribal Chief.
Yeah.
Now I will be crying in December when John Cena have his last match, but
me too.
Still.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be illegal though if I voted for Roman Reigns and not John Cena because I'm wearing a shirt.
I mean, the champ can't go down.
Yeah.
We can't have a clean sweep. So go ahead.
So I'll give it to John Cena. I mean, Roman Reigns won the bracket anyways. He does have, according to us three, the greatest nickname in WWE. So yeah, Roman Reigns does take the W for the Tribal Chief, I would say, won the bracket for this. Thank you, Mandy, so much for doing this bracket and coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Such a fun time.
Such a fun episode. Great topic. Where can people find you? Just plug yourself in on social medias and all your
platforms. So I am on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all Mandy Nicole Sports. My ex is Mandy in Sports because they limit characters on there, so it's a little different. But I am on pretty much every social media. I have my own YouTube channel, and I want to thank you guys for having me on because it's been a blast.
It was. I appreciate it. It was a fun time. We'll make sure to leave all your socials in the description of this YouTube video so people can easily access your socials and follow you there. So we make sure to tag you everything. Thank you again, Mandy, for coming on. Yes, it was a fun episode. Really appreciate it. Episode 9 of season 3, and we'll see all the listeners next time.
Catch you.